This month, our company has been focused on a new program on safety called Stretch and Flex. And it's to make our employees stretch their muscles, stretch their tendons and their bodies before they work, so if they fall or slip or they won't have any strains, so it saves a lot of money in insurance and it's good for their health. But what I want to talk to you today about it also, and my staff and to you, is about stretch and flex not only your tissue, but your business. So when you come into our meetings, which we invite you to, and you learn from us what we're learning from stretch and flexing, and how do we apply that to our business? How do we stretch and flex our business plan? How do we stretch and flex our operations? How do we stretch and flex just about anything that we do inside of our hotel? So we're combining our safety of employees with the growth of our employees and the growth of our business. That's what we're doing. In our operation, we talk about happiness and we talk about war. Not war as a line of like we're going to fight a war, but how is business associated like a war? How do you go out to win and not hurt people, but win the war? And in our hotel, a lot of us read The Art of War. This is an endorsement for them. It's what we read. And it's written by a guy named Sun Tzu 2,000 negative years ago. But it's a philosophy that Colonel Poole studied, Mahatma Gandhi studied, Abraham Lincoln studied, Martin Luther King studied. And it's a lot of principles about business. So in our hotel, I like to give this Art of War books, and I have many. I have Art of War from Sun Tzu, Art Executive Art of War, Successful Art of War for Business, Free Battlegrounds, Art of War for Execution. Multiple books, and I have these books here because, and I bring them in here because I use them as reference, but I also give them to my staff because I want to be aligned to them. I want us to be thinking on the same line about if I say higher ground, we understand the communication piece, because leadership is about communicating, and executing. And you can't execute if you can't communicate right. Now, I don't want you to think I'm a warrior. We read about happiness, because it's delivering happiness, and that's also the art of war. How do we apply this, what we learn in a book? Now, I read sometimes 4, 5, 6 books at a time, and I read them till I get bored, and then I find another one, and I read it, and then I put them down, and I keep following it, because you're always trying to stretch your brain and try to learn new ways to do things outside of what your brain tells you to do, because you have to keep learning. We're a learning hotel. We teach our employees to continue to learn. They have learning courses they take, they can sign up for, they're empowered to take whichever ones they want to make themselves better. It doesn't have to, if you're working the front desk, it doesn't mean you have to go read everything about a front desk. In fact, I prefer you not to. I'd rather you read about customer service at Walmart or customer service at Ritz-Carlton, because I want them to learn other cultures and other things that interest them, but I want them to read about what does running the front desk have to do with running a Walmart? What does being happy at the front desk with Zappos, this is selling shoes, and I'm asking them to read a book on being happy selling shoes, selling rooms. It's the same thing, it's the same culture. Most importantly, they have to stretch their minds. That's the most, and learn. What did you learn? And then what are you going to do with what you learned? And how are you going to create a value with what you learned for yourself, for your business, for the owners, and those who work around you? What happens if we serve women to women? How many times a year? 6?
At least.
Okay, let's say 6. And what happens, let's talk about stretching again. These 3 girls come in, and they're all vice president of human resource for Wells Fargo, vice president of human resource for Carpenter, vice president of human resource for in Reading.
And ready.
So they come in and they're all friends, right? And Ellen is one of those girls. And Ellen says to Joanna, who works with her, Joanna, you got to come to one of these Women to Women. You're going to love it. They have these great breakfasts at the Crown Plaza. They have breakfastizers. The setting is right. The lights are right. And all the people are right. It's a great networking time. And Joanna says, well, you know, we don't have the budget to go, and I really don't want to go, and I'm too busy. But you talk her into coming, and she comes. And you walk in the door, and you get a straight buffet. You get bacon, egg, sausage like every other place. You get no breakfastizers. What happens? What about that? What about that experience?
It's gone.
Right. Who lost? Yeah, we lost. And who else lost? You lost. And who else lost? You lost. You're not coming back. You lost your integrity. We lost our integrity. You lost your integrity. All over breakfastizer, all over because somebody didn't stretch it last night and complete the job so we could walk in and do a good job. So stretching is the subject because you got to stretch your mind by reading more books. You got to stretch your muscles and tendons. You got to stretch your imagination and do more things. You got to stretch the people that work for you to do more because they want to do more. I said to the chef, are we serving breakfastizers? Boom, breakfastizers are out. People are carrying them. And guess what? The people carrying them are what? Having what? They're having fun doing it. They're having fun. We rob our help by not stretching them. We do. They want to do it. The leadership of the night, last night did not want to do it, so we fell apart. Potentially fell apart. Great learning today at our meeting, our morning meeting, was that as much as we've grown and as much as we have been aligned, some of the department heads, some of the associates have not gotten on the communication line. That can happen any day at any time. Today, I saw you made a move, a strategic move, with the moving a lot of rooms around from where they were assigned to a different position. I wonder if you can explain to me and us, why did you make a move where you took predetermined rooms that were set up and easy to check in, and you decided to make a move to place them in whole different positions in the hotel, guest rooms?
Okay, well, my answer for that is, been in the business a long time, have the experience, know what to expect. As you know, we have the Martin Luther King girls volleyball tournament coming in, so they're starting to check in on Thursday. So they're checking in on Thursday. We still have some BTS accounts, some business people, some people with care and treatment, stuff like that, that are going to be here until Friday. So with these check-ins on Thursday, these other people staying over till Friday, I chose to be proactive because I know these teenage girls are going to be running up in the hall, down the hall, making noise, slamming doors, that kind of thing. So I wanted to protect our BTS clientele who aren't so receptive to that. They're here for business. They don't want that kind of noise. So the greater hospitality portion of it is to make sure that our hospitality is greater by thinking that ahead of time and protecting those customers.
So what was the learning today? Our delivery was to say, don't get complacent. Stretch your mind, stretch your ability. Don't drift backwards. I guess probably the biggest business hospitality learning out of this today is success can be the enemy. And if you're not exercising your mind, if you're not exercising your empowerments, if you're not exercising your potential to grow, you will become stagnant. You will lose. You will fall backwards. Success is about driving every day. It's about flexing your muscles. It's about stretching your mind. It's about stretching your business. How far can you push this thing? How far can you do it without hurting yourself and also without hurting your business, not hurting your associates, and certainly not hurting the owner's pocketbook. It's all about stretching, but it's not about tearing.